Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Today, we plan on fiddling with this doohickey, this doodad, this thingamajig. And then we're going to solve the puzzle and beat the game.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the game in this episode.
Wait, actually?
Yeah,
Alright. Cool.
this episode's not ending till we beat the game.
Alright, let's go.
All right, monitors off.
I've got a green switch here and a red one and some kind of lever. None of them seem to do anything, though.
Maybe the power's off?
Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though.
That means maybe we check this thing out. There are several lights here with numbers from 1 to 9. Only the light with a 9 on it is lit. Okay, what about these? There are 6 holes here, and it looks like the pins I just found would be a perfect fit for them.
The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it?
Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go here on the top part, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom part. Well, some of them lit up.
Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which light goes on.
Well, I put the 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part, and the 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom.
You think maybe it's the digital root.
Digital root?
2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 12. The digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, the light number 3 turns on. 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15. The digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light number 6 turns on. Makes sense, right?
I see. The lights that match the digital root of the pins inserted on the top and lower parts will light up. That's how it works.
Well, there's one other thing I'd like to check.
Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So, he'd put the 1, 2, and 3 pins on the top and the 6, 7, and 8 pins on the bottom. Oh. They turned off.
6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 21. The digital root of 21 is 3. Therefore, light number 3 turns off. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. The digital root of 6 is 6. Therefore, the light number 6 turns off.
Oh, I get it now. If the digital root for the pins you insert is the same as the number on the lights that are lit, those lights turn off.
Yeah, looks like that's the trick. Alright, now we know how it works. You want to give it a try?
Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights?
Well, no, but I figure we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? I figure something's gonna happen if we can manage that.
Turn on the lights, huh? Okay, Junpei, we know how this works. Fill all the holes with the digital roots. Yes, I'm quite aware.
Okay. So,
Let's see. So, yeah, because if we just do,
let's just start.
with like
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
3,
and then maybe like a.
4, 5, 6.
You want to do 4, 5, 6? I don't.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
Try 7, 8, 9.
Alright.
Wow. Guess what?
I wonder
Both
if there's a
have the
reason.
same digital root.
Wow, how about that? Okay. How about 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7, 8?
Probably better. Oop. 6, 7, 8. There we go.
Alright.
Let's see. To get a 1, we need a 10. So 10 could be 6, 3, and 1, maybe.
Okay, sure.
And then to get a 2, we would need an 11. So we could
So-
do 5 plus. No.
No.
Let's do 11 later. Let's do 9 and 7 is 16, so we need that one anyway. So
You could do
2 and 8. So
Yeah.
we could get 8 with 8 with 1, 3, 4, but then would we have enough to do 12 or 11? 11 then would be. I guess 11 could also be 20. We could do 20 with 9 8s. 2? No, that'd be 19.
93.
Well, no, because 19, 1 plus 9 is. And yeah, that'd just be 1. So we could do.
93.
Yeah, that could get us an 8. Or a
Two.
2. And then we could do 8 with 17, which could be, see, because 7 plus 6, that's 13. We could add 4.
You could just do 7, 5, and 2 and get 5.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Okay. Now
So
it's 8 and 4.
4, we can't do 4. That just isn't enough to do that. So we would have to do 13.
So we could do. Well, let's do it before we try to pick 13. Get 13. Let's see how we
got
gotta get
17.
from 8. So
17, we could do 1, 9, and 7.
okay, so then 9, 7, 1, and then for 13, you could do.
Oh, just 2, 8, and 3.
Yep.
There we go. I know basic math. Oh, we got an F.
What?
It's an F.
Okay.
All the lights are on and the shutters opened up. Does that mean...
Yeah, we got to do it again.
Man, I thought I was doing so well. Okay, so we got 9 holes, and there's an F up above them.
I don't know what that F means, but I do know one thing.
What's that?
This time there's 9 holes. So we need to insert 9 pins.
Man, that's boring.
Well, why don't you try it, alright?
So, do you remember your hexadecimal?
Is F6?
Well, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. So try 15. And if you know anything about magic squares that add up to 15, you know 5 goes in the middle.
Yep.
Now, I know basically then you just add n to the opposite sides on each one. But I know there's some sort of rotational thing you have to keep in track to do that. It's like, this would need to be then a high number to counter that out, I think. Let's try something like this. No, because
Okay.
that 9 being there means we need to get these to be 6. So that would have to be 2 and 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We should put 8 up here, 6
now I have
up here.
Yeah.
And then 3 would go here. But then that's way too high. Because now this side is too high, because that would be 18. Then, let's see. Let's try switching these around, maybe. Let's try doing the 2 up here. Because this is right now 12. That needs the 4. No, wait. This is 12, so it needs another 3. That's not right.
What are we trying to make again?
15. Well, basically, yeah, each of these lines has to add up to 15.
Okay, so then let's do.
I used to know how to do this sort of thing off the top of my head, but it's been...
Does it have to be
a long
vertical
time.
too, or is it just horizontal? Only?
Vertical, horizontal, and diagonal.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, let's try something to keep like the 2 high numbers opposite of each other, maybe, so they're not interfering. Like, because if I did that, it would be 3 and 9 is 12, which would mean another 3, so 3 can't go there. 4 and 9 would be 13. We would need a 2 on the other side, so that couldn't be it. 6 and 9 would be too high, or no, yeah. So okay, so that's wrong. So that needs to be there for it too, I think.
Okay.
But I think 2 always has to go next to 9, which puts 8 opposite of it. So then this is 11, so we need a 3
4.
next to it. Or
4.
Yeah, I know math, I swear. So then that would put 6 up here. So then this is 12. Oh yeah, this works. This is the correct solution. There we go. Just had to play around with the 9 and it worked out. There we go. All pins inserted, all lights lit. We did
I'm
it.
impressed.
Power's on now.
It looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. Alright. Let's see if we can activate the device on the top.
Sure. Green button, a red button, and a lever. Wonder what these do.
I think this might help.
The hell is this? Where'd you find this? What is it? Where'd you find it?
Found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. It looks like the instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that.
That?
Yeah, that.
What's he pointing? Oh.
That machine over there. Apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000.
Are you serious? Whatever. What are we supposed to do with this so-called Pushmaster 5000?
See that coffin on top of the crates?
Yeah,
You want to know what the deal is with it?
I do.
Want to check it out?
Yeah.
Alright. How do you think we're gonna get there?
Well, there were some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there,
How would we do that?
line up the crates, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, I guess this is just another one of Zero's puzzles.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's give it a shot. Oh, looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. Of course it does. So to keep using energy too fast, it's been programmed so that it'll only stop moving once its path has been completely programmed in. Oh, how convenient.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I don't need a tutorial, though. Alright. Just pull the lever to send the instructions. The reset button allows me to start over. So I guess we do the red button to return. Well, let's just give it a try and see what happens, I guess.
Sure thing, just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? This battery dies after 50 moves. Of course, how convenient. At least that's what it says in the manual.
50 moves, huh? What a strange measurement system they've come up with.
Also, keep in mind that the Pushmaster 5000 can't move the heavy metal crates, okay? Just feel like the devs are just talking to us at this point.
Yeah. Alright. So, let's see. Okay, I have 4 wooden boxes, and I have 4 yellow squares they need to get into. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think if I push any of the crates into the top row, we're just posed. Well, specifically the corners where the metal crates are. I need to avoid doing that, so no matter what, the only moves I have for these 2 first crates are to move them over, I think.
Okay.
Then...
Okay.
Try this, maybe?
This is a lot easier for you than me since I don't really have control.
Yeah. Not really easy for me either, I gotta say. How does it not move crates that are against other crates?
That's it said it isn't, you can't move past the metal crates.
That's
Yeah,
not
you
a
can't
metal
move-
crate.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Heck? How did I do that the first time then? How did I move this? Oh, the crates just can't push each other. I am misremembering. That's
Right.
what I'm doing. No, because then this dead ends me up here, because then I can't get it out of the corner. Okay, well, regardless, that's the only first move I can see for that crate, and I'm sure it's symmetrical. Well, no, it isn't, because the coffin in the top right makes it unsymmetrical. Interesting. I do that. No. Let me try with the top one and see if it gives me a better view, maybe.
This reminds me of, like pushing rocks around on the ice in Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Oh, no, I messed up.
Also, like,
I see which one has to be
Strength
last.
puzzles.
The one that's left open has to be the one that I get before that one. Okay. That one could never be the last one. Nope. I see exactly where that error was. Oops. I think I have to do this from the top, I think, actually. I just don't think there's enough to do it from the bottom. I think.
Wait. Wait, let me think. Okay, so... Yeah, I think that's... Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, and then you push that all the way straight forward. Okay.
Oh, I might just not have enough moves, maybe.
Oh...
Because that would work.
That's the solution, I feel like. You just have to do it in smaller...
Because I know how to
shorter amount of
operate the
moves.
machine.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's see, how do that? I think that's wise.
I think you can do it. I think you can do it.
maybe.
Yeah, you can do one more circle around. Oh no, you can't.
Nope. Just shy. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's see. I'm sure this is super interesting, and if it takes me a million years, I'll probably cut to when I eventually get it right.
Okay, so here's. Yeah. Now, I think. Wait, you might have already messed it up. Wait, no. Okay, no, go up, push that in. No, we fucked it up. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so here. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's the correct move.
Well, now I'm just blocked.
Mm.
Hmm.
Slide that first box next to you into those first slot. Wait. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, never mind. Shit. I just locked you.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
blocked.
Nope.
I think I was onto something with that one.
I think you were too.
No.
Here, try doing the bottom row first. So push the bottom, yeah, right there, and then push that up.
Oh, then I.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Down, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, but now we're kind of SOL because.
Okay, restart. Try that bottom row again. I want to do something. Okay, now now push the top row. No. No, we locked.
That's all blocked.
Yeah,
in
just
there.
do what you were originally doing. Push that up only one.
Oh yeah, that's plenty of leftover moves. Yeah, there we go. That's not so bad.
Okay.
It only took us a couple more tries after that.
Yep.
Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What do I do next?
Just be quiet and watch. Rude. See, it's all moving already.
Wow, we did it!
You did it.
Awesome, the Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to and lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over by the fence. Cool. So let's do that, I guess. Ooh, the fence. Oh, I wanted to go zappy. Thin pipe. Can we get a pipe joke? No pipe joke?
I think they really want you to open the coffin.
Shut tight with a metal plate. Alright, we'll look at the coffin. There's a crate under the coffin. Mummy!
Yeah.
Are we on advent? No, switch back to novel.
Okay.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh.
He smirked heartily at his own joke.
Really?
Junpei grumbled and shook his head.
Whatever. Just open it.
Okay.
Junpei resisted the urge to remind Santa that he would have had it open a long time ago if Santa hadn't interrupted and quickly threw off the lid of the coffin. They peered inside. Contrary to what they'd expected, the inside of the coffin was quite large. It was mostly empty, but not completely so. Laying on the bottom was a rusty key.
A small key and
And next to the key,
a gun?
A golden gun.
dude, golden gun, let's go.
Yeah. That's an instant kill.
Revolver.
It looks pretty old.
Oh, but I think it only has one bullet. I think that's how it works.
I wonder if this is a replica.
Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously picked up the revolver. In his hand, it felt heavy.
This thing is...
He checked the cylinder. There were 6 bullets.
Are these real bullets?
The barrel was rifled and nothing seemed to be blocking it. As Ace had said, the gun was a very old one. However, it appeared to have been well maintained. If it was a real gun, Junpei thought it would most likely function perfectly. If it was real.
Oh, if this is real? Oh.
Holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully, he placed it back in the coffin.
I can relate to that.
You're not gonna take it?
I've had some fun at the range before.
I've shot before too, several times. I've
Never a
gone to the
revolver,
range.
though. I have never used a revolver.
Of
I
course
have.
not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble.
But I always feel uncomfortable.
It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already.
Oh man, here comes the red Santa, or whatever.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
He's gonna take that gun, isn't he?
Maybe Zero put this gun here,
Listen.
hoping that something like that might happen.
Listen, everybody. Chekhov's gun is a thing for a reason. Okay?
No.
Once they've introduced a gun into the story, it's going to be used.
In
Period.
other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other.
In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me.
Me neither.
The others nodded. They had no desire to be under Zero's control either.
Okay, we've got that figured out. But you aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you?
Of course not. We'll take that with us.
Yeah, keep the revolver. We'll take the key. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid the top of the coffin back into place, the gun back where they had found it. Yeah, so we just left a fully loaded revolver just sitting there. I'm sure
Yeah.
nothing will happen with that.
Chekhov's gun is a thing for a reason.
It's a rusty key. Maybe we can use it.
And Santa giving that whole spiel earlier about which Santa he is or whatever.
Is he the white Santa or the black Santa?
Jumpy.
I know. I'll be there in just a minute. Now's not the time to be thinking about the coffin. I need to focus on getting out of here. But I want it. Golly.
I don't think you can have it. Because it's Santa's gonna, or maybe June.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna go
June
back and
with
get
the
it.
gun. Let's put
Yeah.
this key in here, and yes. Sounds like that did it.
Yay! Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I see. This key should open the door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
Yes, it's opening. You found it!
Found it!
Yeah, that was a lot tougher than the engine room was, for sure. The hallway that left the cargo room headed straight towards the stern.
A long hallway, huh?
Let's check it out.
Junpei and the other 3 proceeded down it silently. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be.
We've seen this elevator before.
We got off the one on the left just a little while ago.
Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room.
Thanks for the recap.
And now we're back here.
In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started.
Junpei approached the elevator.
We needed a card to get to this point.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we aren't able to activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Yeah.
Gently, he pushed the triangular button on the wall. A moment passed. Dot, dot, dot.
It works.
The elevator door opened, and then eventually shut again.
I think so.
Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
What do we do? Should we return to C deck?
No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
I agree. Let's go.
The decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later,
Looks like it ends here.
Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped.
Only one door.
They searched around just in case.
There isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
It was the door or nothing.
All right, let's open it.
Okay.
Junpei took a deep breath and readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open.
And on the other side was Clover with an axe.
Now you know what's on the other side.
Yeah,
He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room.
there it is.
And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up.
Yup. It's a chapel?
It appears to be.
Huh.
The 9 door.
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made of red paint. Its door was set into the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy.
Yeah, but how much time do they have left?
I want to say when we got the axe ending, they said something like 90 minutes, so it's probably comparable to that.
Okay.
It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. He grabbed the door handle and shook.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy.
The red sat on the wall next to the door. Displayed on
Vacant. Huh. We finally found it.
Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last they'd found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
He spun around and couldn't believe what he saw.
What? A 9 door. There's another one.
Huh. Are there nine doors?
No.
Okay. That'd
Why?
be pretty funny.
Junpei's voice was barely audible, even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The red is there too. So this is a real one?
Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself.
Why? Why the hell are there 2 doors?
Well, think about it. All he said was seek a door that carries a 9. He never said the door that carries a 9.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I would love to point out that during the axe ending, they never mentioned that there were 2 number 9 doors, just one. So they were like, yeah, we found the number 9 door. Oh yeah, the 9 door. And then even Clover was like, yeah, but we can't all go through it. And none of them spoke up and said, well, actually, there was 2 9 doors, so yeah, we could. Just pointing that out. Little.
Maybe there's a well. I mean, they made it. Maybe they didn't want people who hadn't actually. Been to
Listen,
this part
I
of the
get
game
why
yet to
they
know.
did it from a story standpoint, but
Yeah.
from an in-world standpoint, it just seems like a really silly thing
It-
for them to not do.
To not mention, yeah, it is silly. Huh.
It was Santa who answered.
There were always 2 doors. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Oh, so this is how the. This is how this timeline branches into 2 different endings, is because you have to pick a door.
Of course, we
Okay.
just assumed that there was only one. After all,
Makes
why
sense.
would there be more than one?
Oh, man. We fell for it. There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind. Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers. 1 through 9.
Oh,
Divided into teams of 4 and 5 people.
yeah.
The digital root of both teams ends up being 9.
But number 9 is
1, 2,
dead.
7, 8,
So is number
and 3, 4,
2.
5, 6, 9, for example. The digital root for both teams would be 9. Or 2, 3, 4, 9, and 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. The digital root is still 9.
Okay, but
There
you
are
have
a bunch
to...
of combinations that work, and they all end up the same way.
Unless their watches were taken by somebody.
If one team has the digital root of 9, so would the other one. What does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. That's how it was meant to be.
Hmm.
Zero didn't lie. He never said there'd be only one 9 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt.
Oh boy, this whole game was a play about the, like, human nature and just how you are inherently going to, you know, make assumptions about things that lead to violence and other stuff.
It
So
just means y'all gotta trust each other a little bit more.
it means we live in a society.
Autumn text.
Someone might get killed. But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was. There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other.
They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt at what they'd done.
This game was designed for that purpose.
To punish the guilty who actually did bad things to win when they didn't have to the entire time.
We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. But if there had been one slip up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine.
I mean, unless
So,
only one of those
what are we
doors
going to
goes
do,
to a,
Junpei?
I mean, like, one of those doors could potentially not be, like, you know, you go through and you just die or something.
I mean, but that would contradict Zero. He said find a door with a 9, and those doors
Yeah.
have 9s.
Well, the other thing that I've recently remembered is that the letter Snake had in Braille,
Yeah.
and now we, you know, he's dead, so we don't know if there was more to that he didn't tell us or something. Maybe, but who knows? Maybe this is all. Maybe they're gonna pull a Danganronpa on us. I don't know.
The voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
The 4. Wait, don't tell me.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
What now?
It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1, 3, and 5. That would mean
No, we gotta go back.
that wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed.
Yep.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure? I don't mind staying.
Yeah, sure you don't. June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears, and her legs shook.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest.
Aw, man, we were having bro moments in the cargo room. Come on.
3 bros chilling in the steam cargo room.
Maybe I'll get to
5
go
feet
to
apart 'cause
Atlanta.
we're not gay.
Maybe I'll get to
What?
go to Atlanta.
Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta. Junpei 999.
It's at the bottom of the
2006.
ocean after all.
Are you sure you don't mean
yeah.
Atlantis?
Oh, right.
Wasn't that funny? Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled.
You guys.
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, Seven, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation.
But even with all 7 of us,
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3 first, and then search for another solution.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's go.
Ace looked at all 3 of them, then turned and headed through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you picked up, but the 7 of them don't have any combination that would get everyone through both doors.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, this
Yeah.
is why I mentioned that 9 and 2 being dead is a big problem.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Santa and June followed.
Huh.
Junpei started toward the door, then stopped.
Come to think of it,
Wait. Yeah. I'm starting to think
is
about
this
something
room?
too. So,
Yeah?
the 9th man was acting weird to begin with,
Yeah?
which makes me wonder if, like, 0 sort of planned for one person, at least, to be dead, ruining the entire way for everybody to get out, to begin with. So, it would look
you
like...
You say that, but I'm pretty sure 1 through 8 would still be able to get through both doors. I'm pretty sure. I think the math checks out there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you would do, what is it, 1 and 8, and then 2 and 7, that's one group. And then you would do 3, 6, and 4, 5, and yeah, that'd be 2 groups of 9.
Well, also, whoever, I guess Clover or whoever it was that went to the top floor would probably find the 0 bracelet again. So somebody could get through for free, basically, anyway.
It would still see the bracelet on their wrist, right?
Well, wasn't that her plan to begin with?
I don't know what her plan was, to be honest.
Okay.
I think she was just a little axe crazy.
Oh, no, she was saying that you could use the 0 bracelet to get through a door that requires 3 people with only 2 people.
Yeah, but the thing is, that wouldn't improve their current situation any, because you add 0 and it doesn't affect the digital route.
Right.
So it wouldn't help
Yeah,
any in
no,
this in this scenario. It wouldn't help. In
Okay.
Clover's case, where it was 0, 4, and 5, yes, that would make 9 with just her, but
Yeah, okay. That's true.
We were so focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
a red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
Huh. It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony. But what kind?
A wedding?
Maybe? Facing the 9 door was the carpet leading to the bow of the ship. And at the end was it. An altar,
never mind.
perhaps? There was
That
a
looks,
small
very-
rectangular... What?
Cult-like.
No.
That looks very cultish.
No, totally not. There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a coffin doing in a place like this?
But before Junpei had time to answer that question,
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Santa's voice echoed in from the hall outside.
Right, okay. I'll be right there.
Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room.
Oh my god. Oh. That's terrifying.
They took the elevator up to C deck. Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long.
Look, it's...
Seven and Lotus.
They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
Clover is gone.
What?
Oh my. Oh,
Because of course she is.
great. Great.
Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned
just
back
always
to
go off the
Seven
rails.
and Lotus.
What do you mean, gone?
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
When?
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Seven and Lotus responded as best they could.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
Huh.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
Oh, great.
Probably the couch, if I had to guess.
We waited for a while.
should've
but
left her in the
Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
So I would like to point out that this is implying that they didn't see the dead body in there. So,
Okay.
however, I would love to remind you that when we were in that room with Clover, she even commented on how it would be super easy to hide a body under the bed in that room.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume, and this is never confirmed or denied, I'm assuming she pulled that body under the bed or something, is my guess.
Okay.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a moment.
When did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. ... Junpei and Jude ran into the central hospital room and looked around.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
They searched a little longer, but with no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her. Let's go.
Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs and Junpei spoke.
All right. I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. Jim,
Oh,
you can
boy.
take the stairs up to B deck.
All right, that sounds good. But,
I don't think splitting up is a good idea.
But they're all split up already.
Yeah. This
What?
Is, This is already going south.
Could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
Of course.
Huh? Oh, sure, right. I'll do that.
There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June even when they were alone. Although perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he used when they were children.
Honey.
Good old Connie. 9 years ago, it came naturally.
Wait, are we
After
doing a-
all, they were children.
Is this timeline getting the flashback now?
No.
Okay.
But now they were adults and it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Good old Japanese standards. Of course, to call her Miss Kurashiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little brusque.
Kurashiki-san.
Yeah. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Akane when they hadn't seen one another for so long. In short, it was simply easier for him to call her June and leave it at that.
Jumpy.
Well, she doesn't seem to have that issue.
Oh,
Exactly.
No, it's nothing.
All right, I'm going then.
Yeah, be careful, Kane.
He just whispers it. June, or perhaps more appropriately Connie, blushed and smiled.
You be
Oh my
careful
God, get a
too,
room.
Jumpy.
Yeah, got it. Take care.
Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up the stairs, then turned around and took off for the hallway. Oh boy. So we're going down to E deck is what I think he said. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lies on the ground. Light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed.
Oh boy, here we go.
He opened the elevator door and there she was. A woman sat slashed against the wall. Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin, smooth and pale as always, was covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank, all his thoughts replaced with endless hissing white. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk towards Lotus slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse. No rise and fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning, she had been killed. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife then? Perhaps she had been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice Lotus's bracelet was gone.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the backside of the mirror's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life?
I thought that too.
So that they might have the number 8 bracelet?
Yeah, go look. Is it on her wrist?
I mean, he said it's not there,
Oh,
so...
okay, sorry. Yeah.
If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. Who is that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet?
Well, let's think about this.
The thought had only just entered Junpei's mind when
Oh god, of course.
he heard a noise. Sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat.
Man,
It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain, there was heat, extreme heat, as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. Where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned.
oh man, last time we heard this music, it went to the credits.
Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions, not anger, sadness, or regret. Paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. His eyesight began to fade. The world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. Fog crept into the edges of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell, into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. Bad end.
It's like 3 bad ends now.
Yeah.
What did we even do wrong that time?
What do you mean,
That
what
led
did you do wrong?
Well, this path...
Run. Saw the knife ending.
This... Okay.
Yeah, sure, let's save the game. Hey, look at that, see? Another ending.
Also, it said that he... Yeah, so where did it branch?
Well,
Earlier?
I'm gonna say right now, you notice, there's these things on the flowchart.
The keys?
Yeah.
No key,
Consider
no key.
those hints, let's put it that way.
Oh, dear. Did we do something wrong?
Yes, indeed. Everything up until now has been done incorrectly.
Just on this timeline? What about the other ones?
I mean, you see that axe on the ending thing. Does that look like a good ending to you?
Okay.
Basically, now we have to piece together how to get the actual, more interesting endings, I should say.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to do that next time, right? Guess
See
we
you
know what to do
then.
now. See you then.